what? Skip the flower intro. I'm driving the Ford Bronco Raptor, and now I'm gonna jump it. Whee!
With that out of the way, here's a quick rundown of what makes this thing special. Like the F-150 Raptor, the Bronco Raptor is a desert-running, jumpable beast. It looks different from the standard Bronco thanks to a zillion little touches, like a unique hood, fender vents, and unique taillights that stick out to offer acceptable visibility around the 37-inch tire hanging off the back. Pro tip, if you want to put 37s on your non-Raptor Bronco, think about reinforcing the tire carrier like this one to account for the extra weight. Yeah, that's right. The Bronco Raptor rides on massive 37-inch BFG KO2 tires shrouded in monstrous fender flares.
I actually own a 2021 Bronco Sasquatch, and honestly, I greatly prefer how that looks to the Bronco Raptor.
But in defense of the Raptor's looks, all of its arguably ungainly bits are hugely functional. With 9.8 inches of extra width versus a base Bronco, the Raptor is a more stable choice when driving sideways at speed on dirt. Inside, the cabin is splashed with code orange accents, a unique gauge cluster, this nifty Raptorized badge adjacent to the shifter, and a Raptor-style steering wheel featuring paddle shifters and buttons for customizing a range of vehicle behaviors. The Bronco Raptor also enjoys countless performance enhancers. On the structural end, Ford has reworked parts of the frame for enhanced durability and suspension travel. The roll cage also includes an aluminum front cross brace and a carbon fiber X-brace in the rear. Ford says those braces improve stiffness by a massive 50%. As a nice side benefit, all the structural improvements yield a 1,000-pound bump in tow capacity to 4,500 pounds, which explains the presence of a new tow haul mode. Underneath, there's full skid plate coverage, an upgraded transfer case, and Fox live valve dampers that smartly adjust damping settings hundreds of times per second. There's 13 inches of wheel travel in front and 14 inches in the rear. And before you cite some unfortunate YouTube videos, yes, the tie rods have been upgraded. Rounding things out, the Bronco Raptor only comes as a 4-door with a hardtop. Power is supplied by a 3-liter twin-turbocharged V6 that sings through an active exhaust and dispenses its output via a 10-speed automatic transmission, and the price tag starts at $68,500 plus $1,595 in destination charges. In simplest form, the Bronco Raptor is very well equipped, but loaded up with the Luxe package, orange seatbelts, leather seats, and a carbon fiber interior package, and you're looking at $75,810 plus destination charges. Of course, that assumes you find a dealer willing to sell you one at MSRP. And hold for laughs. 3, 2, 1. Moving on.
All right, enough of the background. Let's put all this Raptory magic to good use. Before you ask, this is a Ford-provided helmet. I'm not about to clear a building. Ford has set up a variety of off-road activities for us today. We're just gonna make our way through them one by one. First up, we're just driving on a trail. I've got the damper set up in Baja mode. The front stabilizer bar is disconnected. We're in 4-wheel drive. We got some whoops. Let's see what happens if I just sort of bomb on through this. Woo, woo, woo. This is one of those cases where the faster you go, the smoother it is. For covering distance through the desert at great speed, the Bronco Raptor is an excellent tool. For our next event, we are in rock crawl mode. When I think of Raptors, I think of high-speed desert running, but Ford has really pushed the idea that this is a very capable rock crawler as well. We shall see. I say that with skepticism. It's going to be great, I'm sure. They wouldn't bring us here if it wasn't. I am in rock crawl mode, 4 low, and we're just going to creep along here. There's going to be spotters to keep me from doing anything too stupid. Oh, this is an interesting section too, because I was curious about how the width of the Bronco Raptor might work in these narrower sections. We got a narrow section here. Okay. I like how there's the scraping on that side and the spotter's like, nah, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, so far I'm pretty impressed. Verified, you can rock crawl in a Bronco Raptor.
To truly dazzle us with the Bronco Raptor's rock crawling skills, Ford sent us out on part of the track that's used for the King of the Hammers. Google that if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm sure the comment section is filled with folks who could do this kind of stuff in their grandpa's Buick Skylark, but from my perspective, this footage speaks volumes about the Raptor's capacity to crawl over rocks.
We have reached the high-speed portion of today's events. First, we start with acceleration. Here we go. That's flat out. Going in a straight line. Holding some ass. And then we have a hard brake right here. Hard brake. I love how much the weight just goes right on the nose. Now we've got a little bit of a handling course here. So let's throw it into this left-hander under brakes. Tail comes around a little bit. Nice, nice. You can feel a little bit of stability control intervention. I'm in Baja mode right now, and it lets you get a little bit loose, but not like crazy loose. Right-hander. Yeah, again, it'll rotate under brake. It is in four-wheel drive naturally in Baja mode. Perhaps next time. Oh, a little bit of rotation there under acceleration. That's nice. Hard brake. And then we're going to come around this corner, and we've got a slalom. And let's see if I can drive with precision. I'm always greedy with the throttle, and my slaloms always get a little out of control. Let's see how I do. Here we go. Driving through my own dust cloud. Gentle turn, little tail out, little tail out, little tail out. Little squirrely. But overall, a very good time. Maybe I'll try that again in two-wheel drive. Now, it says that stability control is off. Let's see how off it actually is. Okay, yeah, so in two-wheel drive, you can get a little bit more rambunctious, although it definitely shuts you down if you get too much angle. But you can begin that rotation under braking and then carry the rotation with a bit of throttle. There we go. Little neutral, couch steer. The stability control is definitely still helping in Baja mode, even with it in the off position in the gauge cluster there. But yeah, this is definitely the more, I don't know, fun way. Maybe not as fast, but a little sillier. I like silly. We now have the Baja section. It always amazes me how quickly you can just blast across this kind of stuff that seems like a big deal, like I really should slow down. And no, apparently that's just not necessary. As a guy who drives a 2.3 liter Bronco, I'm very much enjoying the extra power here in the Bronco Raptor. This is 70 miles an hour. That feels pretty brisk. And we'll take a little left here. Up and over. I mean, the goal here is to have like tons of fun, and I am having tons of fun. Well done, Bronco Raptor, mission accomplished. It is crazy how good this thing is over all of these bumps. I would never do this in my Bronco. The problem with video is that speed never properly registers. It never looks fast on video, but I can assure you it looks fast in person. In this context where you're on a trail and you got fairly tight confines, the fact that stability control is always somewhat intervening becomes less problematic. Whew. Oh my God. This is really exhilarating. Oh God, yeah. Good brakes. Thank you, brakes. You guys, the Bronco Raptor is tons of fun to drive at stupid fast speeds. 10 out of 10, would do it again.
Unsurprisingly, the Ford Bronco Raptor is absolutely brilliant when driven off-road. But that kind of fun is just one part of Raptor life.
Welcome to the least interesting part of this video, the on-road driving impressions. Boring! Ride quality is very Raptor-like. Going back to generation number 1, whenever you brake, you see the nose dive. The body moves around a lot, kind of like a dirt bike. That's not a knock on the Bronco Raptor, that's just an expression of its character. Very Raptor-like. I also haven't noticed a major downside to rolling on 37s. My Bronco Sasquatch has 35-inch tires, and in this context, I'm not getting that Brodozer hum that I was expecting, though I reserve the right to adjust that statement in voiceover if I experience that hum later.
Nope, on camera Micah, at speed, wind noise and a slight whistling coming from the hardtop are much louder than the tire noise.
One aspect I'm sure you're wondering about is size. And actually, in normal driving, the extra width of the Bronco Raptor doesn't really equate because the sight picture doesn't include the fenders. However, when parking the Bronco Raptor, you do remember that it's extra wide. No problem, there's a button right down here to activate the 360 cam. Thank you, 360 cam, for preventing me from ripping a fender off. Before wrapping up, I should probably floor the Bronco Raptor from a stop. 3, 2, 1, floored. Oh. Takes a beat, but then it comes alive, and there is 60. Slight hesitation off the line, but when the EcoBoost 6 comes alive, it really comes alive. Oh, and let's see, we got a turn here. Okay. Wasn't going that fast, and the tires were squealing a little bit. It's really more of an off-roader. When driving at normal speeds, I'll note that the 10-speed automatic transmission does a really great job delivering smooth shifts. Overall, the Bronco driving experience is actually elevated in Raptor form on road, unless you care about fuel economy or parkability.
Of course, the big question, as a Bronco owner, am I, the internet's Micah Musio, desperate to trade in my Sasquatch for a Raptor?
Nope. On the trails I normally drive with my wife and my kiddo, the extra width of the Bronco Raptor would be a real liability. Plus, my family doesn't feel like jumping and doing high-speed desert running, and I don't feel like spending the extra money it would take to get a Raptor. For my needs, a Bronco Sasquatch is perfect.
Nonetheless, the Raptor has earned its place atop the Bronco lineup. It is the fastest, most capable, best driving iteration of Bronco.
If you can afford it, and if you have somewhere to exploit its amazing off-road abilities, the Bronco Raptor is a blissful good time, off-road and on. Get it!